I got your love. You need to look no further. Got your love. You need to look no further. Don't you know that stir my love? You'll never need another. Don't you know that I don't make no promises I can't keep, and I promise myself that I love you forever.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute, where we're here and we're committed to solving the problems. Tonight's guest, very special young lady to me. She's actually part of my family. She's my stepdaughter. I've watched her go from working for someone and doing training for a particular facility to her actually carving out a niche for herself in the industry that she's involved in. So I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to introduce her. Everybody, please welcome Miss Jessica Ward.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Jess?
Hey.
How you been?
I've been great, considering, right?
Right. You know, this COVID thing has got a lot of people off their game a little bit, so it's good. It's good to see you still doing what you do. And you know what?
Yeah.
Your profession seem like more people should be reaching out to you because they ain't got nothing but time.
Right. That was the part when COVID came and the gym shut down. It was really scary, but there was a need for, in-person fitness or even online. So there was just the demand just blew up for it once COVID hit. So
Okay.
it's been crazy.
I'm glad to see you still surviving and making it.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we start the interview, a lot of people don't know Jessica Ward like I know Jessica Ward. So,
right.
So explain to people who Jessica Ward is.
Well, I'm from Kings Mountain, North Carolina, small town. People that know me know that I grew up dancing, cheering. I pretty much stayed local in the community. I graduated from UNC Charlotte back in 2012. And after I graduated, that's when I really got into fitness. I was always an athlete and everything growing up. But seriously getting into fitness, I got into it after college. And it's just been a ride ever since. I've been on that same track ever since.
Okay. So that's Jessica in a nutshell then, right?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Okay, so What got you into fitness training? What was the spark that made you get into fitness training?
Well, for one, like I said, I've always danced and been an athlete when I was growing up. And once I got to college, I honestly just concentrated more on my academics and kind of let the physical aspect kind of fall away. And, I started getting older and losing a lot of the abilities I had when I was younger. And I was just like, I don't want to, grow up in my body changing as I get older. I was like, what can I do to keep, the youthfulness, to keep my body in shape? And I ended up getting into yoga first. That was my first thing. Having a background in dance, that was just like the natural next step to me. So I got into yoga and then ended up getting into dance fitness. And so it kind of a snowball effect. And then now present day personal training. So yeah.
Okay. Was there any one particular person who inspired you to go into the fitness training field, or it was just a natural progression for you?
My mother, your wife, she was always she was an athlete. She ran track, and anybody that knows her from our hometown knows she was a beast on the track, and she was always working out and into fitness while we were growing up, and so she's really like an inspiration for that. So yeah, I got it from mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, well, as you know, I grew up with your mother, and your mother was a
Yeah.
very athletic person growing up. So
Right. Right.
so it sort of was a natural progression for you then.
It really was. I mean, it was something that came natural to her. It was in her blood. I'm glad that it was passed down.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. So right now, what you're doing, how would you describe, like, because you create routines now, like, you're not,
Yes.
so how would you describe, like, what is the style that you try to go for when you're creating the routines? Like, is there a particular mode, or it's just a feeling for you?
Well, having a dance background, you tend to that creative niche is always there when you have that background. And the format that I represent, they really we're all about empowerment and showing your personality and your finesse and your swag on something. So that's why I love mixed fit so much, because it allows me to take, all those years of training I had and on top of my attitude and my personality, and it allows me to mix that in with the format. So yeah, that's basically how I go about it. I just use my dance training on top of the principles of mixed fit, and I'm able to create from there.
Okay, so
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to mention that other company's name that you worked for before
Okay.
Mixfit, because I'm not going to give them any publicity. I mean, I know I don't have a lot of
Right.
followers, but I'm not going to give them any publicity at all, right?
Right.
But when you worked for that other company, I kind of felt like, because it's genre Pacific, like, you
Right.
know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I kind of felt like it sort of boxed you in,
I
and
feel the same way.
so when you went to MixFit, I was like, I didn't know too much about MixFit,
Uh-huh.
but but from what I saw, I was like, okay, well, this will
Right.
allow her room to be creative and not have to
Exactly.
be in a box or whatever.
Yeah.
So how is it like? Like, what's the experience with working with MixFit? Like, because you're a national trainer with MixFit, right?
Yes. Yes. I hold instructor trainings and license them to go off and teach their own classes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what it's
So
grown
how
to.
is it working with MixFit versus the other
The other.
people?
Yeah. And I'm so glad you said what you said, because it's the total truth. When I worked with the other company, I did feel boxed in and like I had to adhere to um, a style that
Guidelines.
really guidelines that really were not my own. I didn't
Mhm,
really have that creative um, mobility to
mhm.
do the things that I want to do, and that's what really drew me to Mixed Fit. I was actually cruising YouTube for choreography for the other company I was working for, and I came across Mixed Fit, and it was the owner CEO, Lori Torres. She was on YouTube doing a routine, and I instantly, the moment I seen her doing that routine, I was like, where do I sign up?
Right.
How do I become that? Without ever taking a class, without ever knowing what Mixed Fit was, I just knew that's for me. And I made that was the best decision I ever made. And here, 5 years later, to be a national trainer for them, I never
You've
imagined
been
I'd be here.
you've been with MixFit 5 years?
5 years. It'll be 5 years this year, this month actually. My fifth
Wow,
year
it doesn't
anniversary.
seem that long.
Uh huh.
It doesn't
I
seem that long.
I
Because
got
I
licensed.
remember I remember you was working for the other company, and a
Uh-huh.
lot of people, in Kings Mountain may know and may not know, but I remember when you tried out for the Panthers,
Yeah.
and you made the final cut,
Yeah.
and I was like, I thought you was gonna go back and try it again. Like I thought you was gonna, try it again because I think like that. I was hoping you would, but why
Yeah. I
didn't you?
mean, with that, honestly, to make it to, it was the top 45. They chose 26 girls out of that. That was a great experience. And honestly, I still might go back. There's no age cap on it. As long as you
Okay,
stay in shape and, you keep your dance skills brushed up, they don't have an age cap. So that's still a very real possibility.
okay,
Um, that experience was, I was crushed because I didn't make it, but I grew from that.
right.
Um, and I really hit the floor dance with the dance fitness after that because I really overcame my fear of, putting myself out there. I was really shy growing up. I don't know, people, that's another thing people probably don't know about me. Very shy, nervous to be around, just to be out in front of people, even though I cheered and performed all my life, it was still a thing. So, but once I went through that process, even though I didn't make it, it just gave me this newfound like confidence to pursue other things. So it was a
That's good.
wonderful experience, and I could possibly do it again in the future. Let's keep our
I
fingers
would.
crossed.
I'm not gonna lie. I was excited. I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
looking, on the TV on Sundays and seeing my stepdaughter,
yeah,
on the sideline. So I was excited, and every time you would call and tell us about what cut you made, like
yeah.
I kind of was like, yo, she gonna make it. Like I know she gonna make it. I
Who, it
ain't
was
too
very
much worried
close.
about that. Yeah, it was. You made the final cut, so
Yeah,
I mean, but I'm glad you got to experience that.
yeah,
Like a lot of times, a lot of people don't want to like fail,
yes,
but but in
right.
order to succeed, you gotta fail. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
you you have to, and so I'm glad that you didn't allow that to stop you pursuing what you do, because mixed fit has taken you a lot of places.
Yes. I've met so
It's taken you,
many
yeah.
people.
So
Yeah.
with mixed fit, right?
Hmm.
Within the same genre, who's out there that you would like to collaborate with, like have a class with, like that you think would be dope?
Honestly, the CEO of the company. Honestly, honestly, Lori is so like, I love her energy. She's so dope, and she's been so inspirational to me. And to me, that's
Okay.
top tier. The creator on
Right,
stage that,
right,
with me.
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Well, I mean, what they say, if you what they say, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll still be amongst the stars, right?
amongst the
So,
stars, right?
right,
Right.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, keep pursuing it. But you know, I may not comment, but whenever you post something about your training classes or whatever, I'm proud of
Yeah,
you because you
yeah.
haven't stopped. Like, you started out. Well, I ain't gonna say you started out, but from what I remember, you was at a
You
little
know,
small YMCA in
yeah,
Kings
you
Mountain,
know,
North Carolina, right? So,
you
and
know.
from there, like you're doing good things, man. I still want you to get your own studio, but
Oh, that's definitely on the radar. Is we just gotta get
yeah,
COVID out of the way.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
your stepdad got you for any marketing needs, so you know
Oh,
that.
yeah, certainly.
Right, right. Okay, so as far as fitness is concerned,
Yes.
what is one message that you would like to give people in regards to like fitness and staying in shape?
I would say start with the little things. I know people get overwhelmed, like, oh, I need a meal plan, and I need this routine and all this other stuff. And I tell people, listen, start with the basics. Drink some water. A lot of people
Right,
don't,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Start making little choices. Cut out the fast food. When they eat more at home, cook more at home.
Right.
we can build on the ins and outs of fitness all day long. There's always a new trend or a new exercise or a new format to follow. But if people really get the basics, such as showing up for yourself, dedication, discipline, you know what I'm saying? Those are the foundational things when it comes to fitness. And those are the muscles that you need to exercise before you even move on. So like I said, basic things like getting enough sleep, taking a multivitamin, drinking enough water, being active at least 20 minutes a day. That's all it takes. You don't have to be in the
Mm-hmm.
gym hours and hours. So that's what I tell people. Just start at the foundational thing. Get an accountability partner. Get a gym buddy.
Okay.
Somebody that is going to hold you accountable and make you show up for yourself. And then once you get those fundamental things, then you can build and do, those other things in fitness.
Well, when I asked you that question, I was asking for myself as well.
Yeah. That's really all it takes.
Right. Because I think when it comes to being in shape, after the first 3 days, if you don't see any results, I think you get discouraged. Like I know I do. You get discouraged.
Yeah.
You're like, whatever.
Right.
But like you said, an accountability partner.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great idea. Like for somebody to just call you up, yo, you go to the gym today.
Exactly.
So that's a great idea.
Right.
So in your classes,
Mm-hmm.
Every time you post, I see a lot of women. There's a lot of women in your classes.
Oh yeah.
Are any men?
Men come to the classes, but you know what? The men I've experienced, they come in the gyms. When I was in the gym setting,
Okay.
men would visit and they would get it in and mix it too. And they would always come to me after class like, wow, that was a great cardio workout every time. Right. So yeah, more in the gym setting.
Yeah, it would be hard for me like to go somewhere to do a cardio workout and there's no weights around. I mean, as a man, masculine, so.
Well, you know what? People underestimate body weight, exercise and movement. People underestimate that.
What they call it? Calisthenics?
Yeah.
Yeah, your own body weight, your own body.
Yeah, people underestimate that. You get a great workout. You don't even need weight.
Well, I may need to do something. But, okay, so what is your most useless talent?
My most useless talent?
Useless. Your most
I am great with a pair of chopsticks.
What? You can eat with chopsticks?
I'm great with chopsticks. They don't help anybody or myself, but
how did you learn to eat with chopsticks?
I just looked it up. Well, you know what I did? I just got, some Chinese restaurants just give them to you. And one day I was just looking on the side, like, how do you use these? And I started looking at the directions, and it just clicked. I mean, I've been doing it for years. And now I won't even eat Chinese food without chopsticks. Like I have to eat it with chopsticks.
Wow. I tried, and maybe my fingers are too big or something, but I couldn't. And then plus, I'm a fast eater, so I want the food now. I can't afford it falling off the chopstick and going back in the bowl or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So if you wasn't doing fitness training, and you wasn't doing your other job, I'm not going to tell people your other job, but if you wasn't doing fitness training and your other job, what would you be doing?
Man, that's hard because I feel like fitness is my purpose. Honestly, I mean, I went to college, so I'd probably use my degree somewhere in a management position. I feel like I'm good in leadership, period. So, every job I've had, I've always been in managerial position, so. That's probably what I would be doing.
So something in a manner. Well, you get that from your mama too. You get that from her too. She try to lead me everywhere we go. So
right.
Okay, so where have you performed at? Because I need people to know where, like you've been a couple of places. You've been some places with this mixed fit thing, and you're dancing as well. So like what's some memorable places that you've been to that like that are dear to you?
The most memorable would be Vegas, Las
I knew
Vegas
you was gonna say
last year.
Vegas.
That was my first time even being in Vegas. And
Hmm.
then I met with the corporate team of Mixed Fit and a few of the instructors on the West Coast. And that was great. Because you gotta understand Mixed Fit is all over the world. It's not just,
Right.
we're in Guam, Japan, Germany, Hawaii, the Philippines. We're everywhere. So to go across the country and then meet other instructors from across the country. That's the most memorable, and of course, all over North Carolina,
Right.
mostly because this is my my territory, my district. So,
Right.
but I'm looking forward to traveling more when COVID lifts because that really stifled a lot of plans.
Right.
Um, so, but yeah, Vegas probably the most.
Okay. So which do you prefer? Okay, let me back up. So during this pandemic, have you
Uh-huh.
did any virtual classes?
Yes, I've done
You-
a couple Zoom sessions that I've recently started, and then I've posted some things on my YouTube channel. Full classes. I have hit classes on there, and I have full length mixed fit classes. So if anybody is wondering what mixed fit is and what it's about, you got classes on the
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah.
Now doing virtual is
Mm.
hard because I see you when you're doing your actual in-person classes, and
Right.
you actually feed off the energy of the
Oh yeah.
class.
Right.
So doing virtual, you don't really have that energy. So is it
Right.
like is virtual harder for you as an instructor?
I won't say it's harder, but I will say it is different because, like you said, you are drawing energy from each other when you're in person. But like when it's virtual, you got to rely on yourself and the energy of the music, and that's what I do. That's what helps me get through. Every
Right.
song on my playlist, I love that song. I don't do
Okay.
anything that I don't feel. So if it don't naturally get me hyped to give me that energy anyway, it's not on my playlist. So that's one thing that helps me kind of mimic the energy that I would give in a live class.
Okay.
Although, like I said, we know it's not the same. But
Right.
if I can, show personality and get into the music, that'll help people, through the camera. So
Now, with you doing the virtual, you kind of remind me of what's happening in football right now because they're playing the game, but there are no fans.
right,
Right? There are no fans, and if you're an athlete, yeah, you're pretty good at what you do, but those fans make you a little bit better. They give
oh
you a
yeah,
little bit of so
oh
you're
yeah,
kind of experiencing the same thing.
yeah.
So right now, where are your classes and what are the schedules?
Right now, I am in Gastonia still at Dreams Cheer Gym. It's at 911 Hanover Street in Gastonia. Um, we meet on Thursday nights at 7 and Saturday mornings at 9:30. So those are my two in-person classes for right now. And like I said, you can always visit my YouTube for full-length classes that I'll continue to post
Okay.
on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now your YouTube, are there paid classes or they can just
Oh,
look
those
at?
are free. Just look up the link and click on it.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Um, when it comes to like, let's say I want to get a mixed fit class and I want to contact you. How do people get in contact? Do you personally train people on a one-on-one basis, or
Oh yes.
you just
I
you do?
I have personal training clients, and we've had to adjust now since COVID. But I have a couple clients. I literally go to their homes and set up the equipment in their driveway, and we work out
Wow.
that way. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So
Well, you need to come to
I
202 and
yeah,
set up in the driveway so I can work out because
yeah,
I'm telling you, just
certainly.
my energy is just low. It's just really
Yeah.
low right now. But you know, I watch you and I see you doing your thing, and
Yeah.
I just know like there's so much more that you're gonna be able to do, and I think like
Yeah.
mix fit is definitely a good mesh for you, like
Yeah.
you know, because because it's not genre specific, you know what I mean,
Right.
specific, like you know, it's just, and I think like with you and being a cheerleader,
Mhm.
being in dance, like you
Right.
know how to dance to any type of music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know how to dance
Yeah.
to any type of music. So you
Yeah.
shouldn't be in a training course or a training that limits you to a particular
Right.
style of music. You know,
Right.
so I think mixed fit is a perfect fit for you.
Yeah.
It's,
And it
it's
brings so
perfect.
many different people together. So
Yeah,
many different people, races, ethnicities, like all types of people. And that's the biggest thing I love about it because
right,
it doesn't limit that as well. So
right. Well, you know what I'm about to say. Well, you may not know what I'm about to say. You know I need to be working on that website for you, right? Like for,
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
I
That,
mean, like,
you know
and it
what? I
amazing.
did that myself. That was
No,
me
no, I
like
like it.
trying to
I
initiate and do things, learn to
right.
do things on your own.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like the site. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I can tell you this, that you, like with me, I can't do everything, and you know
Right.
what I mean, when it
Right.
comes to my business, I can't do everything.
Right.
But with you, you can branch out so much more. You know what I mean? With because you're doing what you're doing basically by word of mouth.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are telling people that are telling
Right.
people, you know what I
Right.
mean, like
Yes.
by word of mouth. But if
Yes.
you, I promise you, Jessica, if you actually just did a boost, Facebook boost or a Facebook ad once a month, even if you got
Mhm.
one new client to come to your what's the name, your training and your
Yeah.
classes,
Yeah.
that's it's residual because you got that client.
Right.
You know, it's residual because you got it. And but when you get to shop, we'll talk more about that because you're gonna get a studio.
Oh, yeah. Certainly. You know that's coming.
You you got to because you got your mama's blood and you gotta have your own spot.
It's inevitable, right?
Right, right. Well, Jess, I really enjoyed this interview. I'm trying
Yeah.
to keep them. I'm trying to keep the interviews, you know, sort of not short but not long. So
Right.
if someone wants to go back and re-enter look at the interview, they can look
Hmm.
at the interview.
Right.
So before we leave, once
Hmm.
again, tell people how they can get in touch with you.
Um, I'm on Facebook at Jessica Ward. It's a public page, so I should pop right up. On Instagram at FitProJess, and definitely email fitprojess@gmail. So
Okay. Okay. Now, before I let you go, I have two questions that I need to ask you.
okay.
Okay. The first one is, what are you doing to push the culture forward?
I feel like I am spreading the knowledge of health and wellness because you can have every other agenda in life, but you can't pursue that agenda unless you're well in your body, whatever
Right.
that is. You can't do that sick and unwell. So that's what I'm doing for the culture, spreading knowledge and positivity and guidance in that area. Life, if you will.
Well answered. Well answered. Now, my
Yeah.
second question is sort of a history question.
Okay.
I need for you to name three famous black people, but
Uh-huh.
they can't be entertainers or athletes.
Three famous Black people. Okay.
Mhm.
Shonda Rhimes.
Okay. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that one.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
she
give
is a
you
kind of
that.
entertainer. I just respect her for what she's done
Right,
in
but no, no, Jesse. That's a cop out right there. That's a cop out.
No, you said not an entertainer or an athlete. That's hard.
Oh, right. And
It's
that's
so
the point.
hard.
And that's the point.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Barack, you know,
Okay. Okay.
Michelle.
No, you can't do that.
Man, you put me on the spot. Three famous black people that are
Had I
not
not asked
entertainers
you
or
this
actors.
question, you would be able to run them off your head.
Gosh, I would have
Right.
known. Right.
So I'm putting you on the spot. You got 2 more.
2 more. Oh my goodness. Wow. My mind just went blank, really.
I'm not letting you go until I get 2 more, so it don't really matter.
Oh my goodness. Honestly. Wow. Won't you school me? You tell me.
No. You know 2 more. You just not
I
they,
know
they
I
just
do.
not coming. You know
You
2
put me on
more,
the
but
spot right now.
right. I am. 2 more.
Oh my goodness. Killing me, man.
I you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go, and when I
Right.
interview you again soon,
Mm-hmm.
that means you have to give me 5.
Fine.
Because you only gave me
I only
you
gave
only
you
gave me 1.
right. Yeah, technically. That's a hard question.
It really is. It really, but you know why? You know why I ask people that? Because it shouldn't be.
And I've seen a couple
Interviews,
faces in
right?
my head, like
But
the
you can't get
lady
the
from
name.
Georgia that mobilized the 800,000 votes.
Oh,
Yeah, that
but
lady.
if
And
you
I'm
don't know,
sorry, I can't.
but
Her
if you don't know his
name. I
name,
see
it
her
don't
face.
count.
I
It don't
know.
count. It don't count. You
But
don't
she's
know
real
her
big
name.
right now. Yeah,
But I know
that's
you know
terrible.
2 more.
I know.
No,
I know. I can't
it
think
isn't.
right now.
It's not terrible because a lot of times we don't even get asked that question.
Right.
Like we're not asked that
Exactly.
question, but it will. And so Jessica, thank you for
Thank you
agreeing
for
to have
having
this
me.
interview.
Yeah.
Oh man, when I decided to start this little broadcast, you were already in rotation. I just wanted to make sure that you would do the interview, and you was like, of course. So thank
And
you.
I saw where you did Tisha,
Yes,
and
yes,
I like her. She's really good. Which I've had
yes,
her
she
food
is.
too, so that was a
Is it
good look.
good? I haven't had it yet. Is it
Yeah,
good?
I had her salmon salad, one of her grilled salmon salads. It was
Right,
a while back, and she changes the menu from time to time, and I
right.
follow her on all the stuff. Her food looks so good, but that salmon
It
salad was great. So she's
right.
doing big things. I'm proud of her.
Well, that's the whole purpose of this podcast. It's like we're dope. We're
Yes.
dope. Like we're
Yes.
dope, and I want us to know about each other. Like I want more people to
Right.
know that Jessica can get you in shape. Jessica can
Right.
get you right. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and I want people to know that Tisha can give you a good, healthy meal.
Right.
But so we're dope, and you're dope, Jessica. So keep
Thank
being
you.
dope.
This
Keep being
podcast is
dope.
dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep being dope. I gave you the special. I gave you the real studio look.
Oh
I
yeah.
get.
I see you. You got a
I
whole
gave you the
setup.
special, right? But
Right.
keep doing what you're doing, and I'm following
Yes.
you, and know that I love you, and just keep up the
Yes.
good work, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much.
But you're welcome. But hang around because I want to talk to you after I finish the segment, okay?
Okay.
Everybody, that's Jessica Ward. Thank you again, Jess.
Bye.
Yes, that is my stepdaughter. Her name is Jessica Ward. I've watched her grow in her fitness profession, and she does a great job. I know that sounds weird coming from me since I haven't been to a class, but just looking at a class makes me tired. So I'm not too much ready for it. But I'd like to thank everyone for listening to this broadcast And this was a special edition of the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute, where we're here and we're committed to solve the problems. And I wish everyone a good night. And remember, in order for you to be a blessing, in order for you to get a blessing, you must first be a blessing. Everyone have a good night. I love you and take care.